Завръщаме се с един много вълнуващ разговор с актрисата Евана Линч. Преди обаче да я поканим на сцената, нека видим едно видео.
Everyone, this is Luna Lovegood.
Anita! Hello, Harry. Harry doesn't want to talk to us right now. He's just too polite to say something.
Oh! How do I look?
Exceptionally ordinary.
Harry Potter! You listen to me right now!
Well, there's Rowena Ravenclaw's lost diadem.
Bloody hell, here we go.
Lost diadem of Ravenclaw? Hasn't anyone heard of it? It's quite famous. You're not going mad. I can see them too. You're just as sane as I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage Evanna Lynch. Welcome. How are you feeling to be here?
Yeah, really excited to be here. First time in Bulgaria. And yeah, everything's lovely.
Everybody, let me just say that if you have questions for Evanna, there is a microphone in here in the middle. So please stand in front of the microphone and ask your question. When I see you, I will give you the floor. На български ще го повторя. Ако искате да зададете въпрос към Евана, микрофона е в средата на стойката. Няма никакъв проблем, ако искате да зададете въпроса си на български. Аз съм тук, за да помагам. So, let's begin with... I guess my first question was your first memory of being on set of Harry Potter.
Oh, my first memory... Like actually filming it, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. The very first scenes that we shot were in the Room of Requirement. So, you know, the scene with Dumbledore's army. And what was nice was I didn't have too much pressure because I didn't have many lines in those scenes. And I got to kind of feel more comfortable there. And I just, in a way, it did feel like school.
You were 14
yes.
at the time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fascinating to be surrounded by all this world when you're just 14.
Yeah, it was overwhelming, but also I think at that age you have you sort of expect magic more, you expect miracles. So I kind of, you know, accepted that this weirdness that I was plunged into, that I can handle this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Plus, a lot of the actual magic is CGI. You don't see it when you're on set.
Yeah. So you cast a spell and nothing happens, and just standing there feeling foolish.
But you have a very fascinating story with the Harry Potter books in general. Please share that story with all of us, because it begins way before that with your communication with J.K. Rowling.
Yes. So I was 8 years old when I first started reading them, and it was my favorite thing. Like, it was, as soon as I started reading them, that was pretty much all I could talk about. And, you know, when you're young, I'm sure a lot of you relate to this, that you find something you love and you just make it your whole personality. And you learn everything about it and just really dive into the world. And yeah, that's how I felt. I just felt, I don't really want to be in this muggle world anymore. I just want to be part of this. And then I think, you know, I got older and like a little bit old, you know, 10, 11, and I think at that age, around the age of 11, I think is when you really start to question who you are. And I guess you know, in terms of my mental health, went through quite a dark time. And I started writing to J.K. Rowling, And
she replied.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah. And yeah, that in itself, I think, made me realize, like, there was a connection to this world that, you know, to be seen by someone like that, it was very impactful. And then, yeah, when I was 14 is when I went to the open audition, and
Totally independently from your
totally
communication.
separately. Yeah. That was because I read about that on a website, and I just got my dad to bring me along, and it all happened so quickly. So I didn't actually get to tell her what was happening. So yeah, it was weird. It was just one of those very, you know, for want of a better word, very magical situations where
Absolutely.
I say it back to you, and I'm like, that. How did that happen? You know, it's kind of bizarre. Yeah.
Absolutely. It sounds to me like it was meant to happen. And then, how long did it take before they actually called you and said you got the part?
It was such a short span of time. So I went to the open audition, and a week later I went to do a screen test with Daniel Radcliffe, and then 4 days later I got the role. That was it. Like, that, it was mega fan. 2 weeks later in the movies. It was, yeah, couldn't get my head around it really.
Sounds to me you and Luna were meant to be.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Tell me about her. What is your, I guess, relationship with her now, and what do you like and dislike about Luna Lovegood?
My relationship with Luna is that I would, you know, she's a very calming presence, because, you know, I didn't come from a show business family. My family are all in education, they're all teachers. And so I do often have that, what people talk about, that imposter syndrome of, why am I here? Why are people come to a show? You know, things like that. But then I connect to that character, and she just accepts every moment as it is. She's very calm, she's very spiritual. She doesn't have that voice that tells her, oh, you shouldn't be here, or you don't belong, or you're not good enough. And that's what's so powerful about her, that you can just breathe and accept the moment. And I think a lot of people feel very safe in her presence. So that's, you know, when they read the books, when they watch the films, they feel like, she's this really unusual person who doesn't shame herself for being that way, and that provides a lot of comfort. And that's what she still does for me, yeah.
That sounds magical. We have a long line of questions. Let's go with the first one.
Hello. You're actually my favorite character from Harry Potter.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're the only one who is, how they said, not ashamed of being strange. And my question is, do you actually really wanted that to be that character?
Yes, I really wanted to play that character because of that feeling she gave me. And I think the thing, you know, people sometimes say to me, oh, you are that character, you just were her. And that's a huge compliment, but I don't feel that that's true, because I feel I have to work very hard to be as positive as she is, to be comfortable in my own skin. But I felt like I understood her, and I felt that I wanted to protect her spirit for the fans, you know, to protect the integrity of this character. So yeah, she was always the one that, as soon as she came into the books in Order of the Phoenix, that was my goal, that was my dream, yeah.
And I have a second question. It's not basically in the time of the year, but have you ever tried the Bulgarian Easter bread, so-called kuzunak?
What's this?
It's this sweet bread that we have. It's very typical for Easter. You should tell Stan tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
What's it made of?
It's basically just bread, but it's sweet. It has sugar on it.
Sounds good.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good.
You can mix it with all the toppings you like.
Okay. Isn't that just cake, though? Bread that's sweet?
It's not
It's
technically
not.
cake.
It's its own
It
thing.
is sweet bread. Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Hello. Can I just say that every time I saw you as playing Luna Lovegood on the screen, it brought a smile to my face. So thank you for that.
I didn't hear that. Did you catch
Sorry, can you speak a little louder?
Yes, sorry. Is that okay?
Yes, better.
Every time I saw you on the screen as Luna Lovegood, you brought a smile to my face. So
thank you. That's so kind. Thank you.
My question is, for you specifically, what was the most memorable moment from back then when you were shooting, when the movies were being shot?
Yeah. I think probably one of the most sort of treasured moments for me was when in the 7th films, when they cast Luna's dad, Xenophilius Lovegood, because, you know, on the sets, I did always have that feeling of being the odd one out, and I sort of accepted it, embraced it, but then when he was cast, it was like there was another one of me, because he was dressed like me. He was in yellow, bright hair, long hair, and I really felt this sense of being with family, being with kin, you know, someone of your kind. And I think, you know, if you are someone who kind of goes about the world feeling a little bit odd, it is so meaningful when you meet someone who feels like part of you. And yeah, it was only a few days of filming with him, but I really enjoyed that feeling. And yeah, it was just a fun, pleasurable time being Lovegoods together. Yeah.
That's great. I'm very glad for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
the
much.
questions.
Can we have the next question, please?
Is this volume okay?
Yes.
Hi, it's really nice to see you live. I wanted to ask whether you have a favorite piece of like set dressing from the Luna scenes, maybe something that spoke to you on a personal level, like Luna's glasses, for example, or anything like this.
Trying to think. Well, the glasses I couldn't even see through because they had like electrics. So, you know, I was just like walking and hadn't a clue what was going on. So, no, not those. Trying to think what had meaning. I mean, it was all very intentional. I think personally, because I got to design the lion hat, I, you know, did a painting of that and they turned it into something. So I always loved when that was part of it, when they incorporated, you know, my creativity and I got to show how I would see things in the book. Because I think that's every fan, you know, you read the book and you have it very clear in your head and you watch the movie and you go, oh, they didn't really do that bit correctly. So it was nice to feel like I was getting my opinions out there. And I liked the effect that the hat had, you know, it made people go, oh, it was just a very interesting piece of art in a way. Yeah, I think that would be my answer.
Okay,
it's been
thank
a while
you so
since
much.
I've been on the set though, but thank you.
That's awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. They don't let you keep anything from set, do they?
No. They're all in museums now, in exhibitions.
Yeah, exactly. Next question.
Hello, hi, my name is Gabi. Actually, it's very big pleasure to meet you. I have a question. If I remember right, you were chosen to play Luna in Harry Potter because you used to send letters to the writer, Miss Joanne Rowling, right?
Sorry,
Did you
catch any of that? No.
Not really, sorry.
Can you come closer to the microphone?
Okay, now you hear me, right?
Better.
Okay. If I remember right, you were chosen to play Luna in Harry Potter because you used to send letters to the writer, Miss Joanne Rowling, right?
No, that's not correct.
Isn't
They
it?
were separate events. So the casting happened with the casting directors, and then that was like a private friendship, but it wasn't related.
Okay, my question is actually, how you felt in that moment when you understand that you play Luna in Harry Potter.
Oh, it was kind of too big to understand. Well, I mean, I was at school that day. I came home from school. I got the phone call, and it was just too much to understand. So I kind of focused on, I have to do my French homework, you know? I just did one thing at a time because it was overwhelming and scary, and if I thought about it too much, I think I would have really freaked out. So yeah, it was too much to process, really. I think it's taken years to realize what impact that had. Yeah.
Thank you for answering.
Thank
For
you.
your question. Thank you.
Next question, please.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to see you. My question, like the point of my question, is that we see Luna as like from the point of the main character as some distant, a bit, out of this world. And my question is, did you have any difficulties to get into that role? And if yes, what was the main ones?
No, I think of every character I've ever played, Luna was the easiest one to me because it was just about relaxing and being. I consider her a very truthful, honest person, whereas most people and most characters that I've ever played, they're not saying what they're feeling, you know? They call it subtext, and you'll say something, but there's a lot behind it. And Luna just isn't that. She just says it as she feels it. So that was such a gift. I feel like, in a way, I actually feel like I have to censor myself quite a lot to not be that way. So I found her really fun to play in that sense. The only thing I struggled with would have been, because she is so calm and so spiritual, so accepting of the moment. There was a few scenes where the director would kind of say, "Oh, you are in danger in this scene, so maybe act like it," you know. And because all the other scenes were like, "Oh, she's looking up at the sky, she's admiring the clouds, she's dreamy, she's in another world." And then there was scenes in the Department of Mysteries where it was like, no, she's worried about her friends. She wants her friends to survive. So yeah, that would be the only challenge. But really, I just relaxed. That's what that character was about. That she has no pretensions. She's not trying so hard to impress anyone. She just is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for answering. I think we need more people like Luna in
Yeah,
this world.
I agree. I think it's
me
very
too. Thank you.
refreshing to have more people like that. Next question, please.
Hi. So
Hello.
I really respect your character because you're not ashamed to be different. And I have 2 questions for you. So what's the hardest scene you got to film in Harry Potter?
Probably that one that I just mentioned in the Department of Mysteries, because there was, I think we were all like held by a Death Eater, restrained. That was challenging. And then there was one that was like a stunt where we run through a doorway and fall off, and I couldn't do the stunt, so they had to get in my stunt double. I tried, but I kept anticipating the jump, so it didn't work. Yeah, probably those ones.
Thank you. And my second question is, are you still in touch with the other actors?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. Obviously, it's like friends or family. There's some people you're closer with. But yeah, I'm seeing your lovely Stan tomorrow, Bulgarian actor. And I'm seeing my friend Scarlett next week. She played Pansy Parkinson. So we do see each other. It is like a family. We turn up all over the place. So
And
yeah.
you were in the Wizards of Baking as well,
Yes,
with Oliver
yes.
and James.
Yes. That was an interesting show because it was filmed in the middle of the night. So you kind of, I woke up the next day and went, was that real? All these weird magical cakes and people awake at 4 a.m. baking for 6 hours. Yeah.
Why not?
It was very surreal. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi.
two questions for you. The first one is, give me a second. When you were Luna Lovegood, everyone in the movie was like mocking you, and I think that after the movie was made, like, sorry.
That's all right. Take your time.
There were people that were hating you, and I wanted to ask, how did you deal with that?
I have to say I didn't see much hate, and I mean that maybe is intentional because the publicity people on set always were very strict with us. They said don't read the comments, and obviously, like as a teenager who's figuring yourself out, you are curious when people are saying mean things. You be curious, and I think early on I did look at those things, and it was so upsetting that I just stopped. I couldn't cope because the thing was we were having the most amazing experience on set making these films, being part of this world, and you can spend your time in that world being a creator and waking up every day being grateful to do that, or you can focus on the negativity and the meanness, which will always be there, I believe. But I really believe this statement, what you focus on expands. So yeah, I didn't look at it too much. I was coached not to look at it, to ignore that. And I think that's a good way to live life, to just focus on what you want to see more of in the world.
Okay, and my second question is, did any of the cast didn't like you or something?
Something dark about you asking all the nasty questions. I don't think so. I think at first they all found me a little bit odd and they found me very much like Luna. But over time, I stopped. I think when I started, I was very in awe of them, and I didn't see them as my peers, my equals. And then as the films went on, that wall came down and we became more friendly.
So they liked you?
I hope so. Never fully know, but I'll choose to err on the positive, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello. My name is Alec. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Hello.
My question is there any actors or characters that you wish you interacted in more throughout the series, or just generally interacted with?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I was always so envious of the Gryffindors because they had a little clique, kind of like at school, and also because it meant that I wasn't in as many scenes. So, and I'm from Ireland, so I would fly over to do scenes, and a lot of the time I would just be on set anyway doing school and not filming. So yeah, I definitely wanted to do that. In terms of actors I wanted to interact with more, I don't know. No, I think obviously it would have been enjoyable to work with the Slytherins. They were interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
And just to see how they, someone who's so pure as Luna, to interact with that kind of, I don't know what the word is, but manipulativeness. I wonder what effect she would have had on them, how she would respond. But yeah, generally I had a great time and no regrets,
And which house are you from?
Last time I checked, I'm a Gryffindor. Yeah.
Oh,
what
that's
about
really
you?
Nice. Well, I'm maybe a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I do wonder, does it change over time as you grow up and you value different things?
I suppose so. I have friends that have changed over the years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for
Thank
your question.
you.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Здравей, аз се казвам Ния.
My name is Nia.
Въпросът ми е, кое ти е любимото заклинание?
My question is, what is your favorite spell?
Oh, hi Nia. My favorite spell, without a doubt, is Expecto Patronum. because I think of it as the positivity spell, because it's about, in your darkest moments, thinking of something beautiful and full of light and that makes you happy. And I think that's an amazing skill to have. So it's something I like to do in real life. And I think there's just a lot of wisdom in that spell. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nia. Благодаря, Nia.
Hi. Hello. My question is, what can you tell us about the new Harry Potter series that is coming next year?
Oh, yeah. Well, I, as you know, started as a huge fan of the books, love the books, read them inside out, know them back to front. So I feel like, as a fan, there's just so much more scope for material. I think they can be amazing, and I'm so intrigued to see how they do. I'm definitely very envious of them. I wish I could be part of it, but I accept that it's someone else to explore now. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching as a fan. And, you know, I am nervous to see who plays Luna, I have to say. I think that's a few years down the line because it's Order of the Phoenix, but yeah, I had a really strange dream where my subconscious imagined this person recently.
Oh, wow.
And I woke up and I was like, oh, I guess I'm a little bit more worried about it than I thought I was. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how that goes. I'll definitely be watching, yeah.
And my other question is, what was your favorite Harry Potter movie that you acted in?
Favorite?
What was the favorite?
Harry Potter movie that you acted in.
That I acted in. The one that was the most fun was The Half-Blood Prince, because I relaxed a lot. I think in Order of the Phoenix, I was new, and I was always worried that I wasn't doing a good enough job. And, you know, in the back of my head, I was thinking, what if they fire me? How would I live? So then, by Half-Blood Prince, I was more at home. I had a lot of fun. It's a movie where there's a lot of, you know, teenage politics and dynamics, and yeah, it was just much more fun than some of the other ones where the story focuses on how scary the world is, you know? So yeah, that was a really good one to be part of.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Hello, my question is, who were you closest to from the cast during filming?
Oh yeah, I was quite close with Katie Leung, who played Cho Chang, because she had just joined the films, the one before me, also in an open audition. So I feel like we had different, similar ways into the world, and I really looked up to her, you know, as someone who, like a kind of older sister. And then later on in the sixth film, Jessie Cave joined, played Lavender, Scarlett Byrne played Pansy, and they're also friends now, and I really admire what they've done since then, and the thing was, the main three were always filming, always working, whereas the rest of us got to just hang out a lot of the time, so yeah, we bonded that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Anton, and you're one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter.
Oh, thank you.
And my question is, who was your best friend? With the new Harry Potter series in production, would you be interested in rejoining the Wizarding World as another character? And if you so, do you have a favorite?
Oh, I do think it's for a new set of actors. I think, like, my heart will always be with those stories, those books. I think professionally I sort of need to move on and try other work. But yeah, if I was to do something, I just don't know what role I would do. I think people are too attached to identifying me with Luna. I don't know, maybe a Malfoy. I do find Narcissa's character very interesting because of how conflicted she is, her inner conflict. But yeah, that's for other people. I think this cast, the original film cast, I do think we need to step back and give it to other actors. Because for me, that was such an opportunity as an unknown actor, totally new to this world. It did change my life, so I would like to leave space for it to do that for other people.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. My question is, why did you choose to be an actress?
Oh, good question, deep question. Why did I choose to be an actress? I think I found a lot of freedom in playing other people. I was just very shy and awkward as a child, and I always wished that I could write my lines ahead of talking to people. I think things like small talk would stress me out, and I found playing other characters, it gave me the confidence to unlock parts of myself or express parts of myself that didn't feel safe. And then I just enjoyed it so much. It broke down a wall between me and other people. And yeah, I still feel that way. I think it's a nice way to get out of your own head and make someone else more important. And through doing that, I have gained more confidence, and that's been a really nice side effect. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello.
Hello.
So glad that you are here with us today. I was wondering, as a fan,
Closer to the
I was
microphone.
wondering, as a fan, if you had a chance to maybe narrate one of the books, like an audio book, would you do that? Because I know you have narrated the book before. And
Yes, well, I did it for Beetle the Bard. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it was a children's book, but it got me thinking that maybe as a fan you would like to do a Harry Potter book, and it was an interesting thought process for me.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I love doing audiobooks because you just get to sit in a booth for a week and read a book. It's the most enjoyable job I've had. So yeah, I would. I don't know how I'd handle all the accents, and also, Harry Potter is a British, English world, and it'd be strange to have that narrated by an Irish person. But yeah, of course, to me, they're still some of the most iconic, best stories of all time. So why would I say no?
Another one, because I know you're a bit of a creative person, and it's widely known that you made some of the props for Luna. I was wondering, how did that come along? How were you allowed to do that, and how did you come up with that, maybe?
Yeah, well, I was always, I guess, like what people do here, doing cosplay. I'd actually had a Luna outfit that I did for Halloween, so I'd made her radishes and everything. So that was in October, and then I did the audition in January. So when the audition came around in January, it was no worries, I've got all the props already. So I wore my radishes to the audition, and then I remember for the screen test, I made these pigs with wings, because that, the expression "when pigs fly," which means kind of like a belief in the impossible. So I was sort of symbolically saying, this feels impossible, but it might happen. And anyway, the producers really picked up on that, my creativity, or my interest in crafts, I suppose, and they just liked it. So it's really all credit to them for saying, oh, this is something she already naturally has. And then they asked me to design different things. They asked me to do a few sets of earrings. I did a necklace, but the cork necklace that they used was not my design.
Right.
Not super sure about that necklace, how it turned out. I would have done it differently, whatever. But yeah, it was things like that. Over the films, they asked me if I wanted to do certain things. They asked me about the lion hat. They actually asked me if I wanted to paint the interior of the Lovegood house, but that was so stressful to me, and I was doing my exams in school at the time, so I said no, which is a big regret. But the artist was incredible, so yeah.
We still appreciate what we got to see, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Hi. I just want to say Luna is my favorite character in Harry Potter, and I have a few questions. The first
Well,
one,
can we make them 2 at the most because we have a long line?
the first one is, what's your favorite magical creature?
Favorite magical creature, obviously the phoenix. Come on. I think it's such a powerful symbol, the idea of death and rebirth. I think that's something that we all go through throughout our lives. You know, we have phases and we live them, and then time moves on and those phases have to end, and we have to let parts of ourselves die and then rebirth ourselves. And I've just found that to be such a powerful symbol when I'm going through letting go of things, to realize, oh, the phoenix dies, and then it comes back more majestic and bright and resplendent than ever. So that's my favorite creature for sure. You okay?
Take your time. Take your time. Just whenever you're ready, we're waiting for the other question.
I forgot what I was gonna ask.
If you want.
What are you dressed as? You've got a beautiful costume.
Thanks. I was supposed to be Athena, but
Athena.
Yeah, I didn't manage to get some of the stuff that I needed, so now I'm just a random Greek goddess.
Yeah, nice.
It
I
looks
buy
very
it
nice.
as Athena.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a minute?
Sure. Do you want to think about it and come back? Or?
Oh, I remembered my second question. What's your favorite Harry Potter book? Which one?
It actually is Order of the Phoenix, because I really like the spirit of that book is about, you know, rebellion, taking initiative. I think that's the moment when Harry starts to become an adult, because up till then, he's almost been pushed around and pummeled, and nobody's really telling him the truth about anything. And he finally decides, I'm just going to do something myself, and it's very powerful. He's stepping into his power, and I just really enjoyed the energy of that book. And one of my favorite scenes is the scene in Dumbledore's office when he lets out his anger at being, you know, a child who's in a way exploited. I just found that a very cathartic scene and very powerful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you
for your
very much.
questions.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi, my name is Christo. Thank you for bringing so much joy in our lives. So I have 2 questions. Are there any similarities between you and Luna in real life?
Oh, yeah. I mean, lots. I have a very strong relationship with animals in the natural world, and I see that in Luna too. I feel really comfortable with animals. I feel like there's a non-verbal communication happening, and I love that. That relationship is very healing to me, and she's like that. And I would say, just artistically, I like things that are handmade and have a story. Yeah, I'm big into crafts, all of that. So yeah, I would say that kind of open-mindedness that she has.
Do you see Testros in real life? Or?
No, I don't. I have not seen anyone die, which I feel grateful for. Yeah, so no, I don't see Thestrals. Do you?
No, thank God. But when someone annoys you, do you scream something like, Harry Potter, you listen to me right now?
No.
No. Maybe with another name, not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
No, I actually find it really hard to express my anger. I'm someone who, I'll feel it, and then 3 days later I'll go, I was really angry about that. You know, I'm not very good at expressing it in the moment. I'm kind of getting better, but I have been told that when I am angry, it has impact because I don't get angry very often. But no, not like that. But, you know, that's in the middle of a war. So she really needs to get angry to explain it to him. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Hi, Evanna.
Hello.
First off, you don't have to worry about the next person playing Luna Lovegood because my friend and I, we were just speaking that you are one of the best castings in the entire series. So it's the other person that needs to worry.
No, and I want, obviously I want the best for them. I want them to.
No, of course.
But I do go, oh my God, what if they do it better? I do.
Good luck to them, I guess.
But no, I think I should take on a more maternal role there and just wish them absolute positive vibes and everything.
Yes, that's a beautiful attitude. One question I have is, being a connoisseur of the books, is there anything that you felt was missed out in the movies or done differently that you would have liked included but wasn't?
Yeah, so much. I've got a list. Yeah. Definitely. I have strong opinions. But actually that scene that I mentioned just now of the catharsis of Harry screaming at Dumbledore, I mean, you know that phrase that people have, caps lock Harry? Like, there's that scene, it's just screamed. And I always felt that's such a release. And I thought it was a strange choice to do it so quiet in the movies. So in a way, I think I want more angst, more teenage angst. And what else?
I meant specifically regarding Luna, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
regarding Luna. You know, I would say the thing about her, she's very deep, you know. I almost think she was played too much for comic effect. Like, when I went to watch the movies after seeing it, they have these quirky little theme songs, and I would go, no, she's not the joke. She's not. There's deep wisdom there. And so I think that could be played up more. What else about her? I love the scene where she cannot stop laughing at Ron, and she's just losing it. I just think there could be more moments that are just completely... everyone's uncomfortable. Like, play up the discomfort. I know so many people, you know, people who are on the spectrum identify with Luna. And, you know, if you know anyone on the spectrum, there's a lot of awkwardness in conversation. And that's just a beautiful thing that you embrace with that. So I kind of would like that, to see more of that, more uncomfortable situations. Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I have a list too, but it's someone said now. I want to ask another question. So obviously Harry Potter is like 20-ish years ago. Since then you've undertaken many other things, many other roles. What is your favorite role that you've played? Well, in general, it could be Luna Lovegood, it might be someone else. And what do you like the most about that?
Favorite role I've done since then? In recent years, it's been a lot of theatre, so nobody will ever see it, unfortunately. But yeah, I've found it interesting in recent years to do more historical dramas. There's just such a great wealth of Irish plays, of historical roles. And I find it interesting researching people who were real. So yeah, those ones. And then I did a play called Disco Pigs, which was so much fun. Quite surrealist piece. I like things that are just, you know, confronting. I don't really like playing normal people, as in people who, you know, just normal people. I think they always have to have something a little bit eccentric about them. I just relate to them more. So yeah, I hope to do more of that. Those would be the roles off the top of my head. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Hello.
Hi.
I wanted to ask a question on behalf of my girlfriend, since she unfortunately wasn't able to come. She wanted to ask you, what is your favorite piece of foreshadowing in the books?
Oh, favorite piece of foreshadowing? I would need to think about that. What would be yours?
Well, I'm not sure if I will be able to say exactly how it was in the books, but there was a part where Dumbledore gets up from a table where there are 12 people sat on it. Unbeknownst to everyone, though, there is a pet in one of the pockets of Ron, and that means that there are actually 13 living beings on the table, and there was a stigma behind that. If there are 13 people on the table and someone gets up, the first person to get up will die.
Oh, I see. Nice. Actually, you speaking reminded me of one. It's not exactly foreshadowing it, it's more backstory. When Harry tells Dumbledore that Voldemort is back, and Harry thinks he sees a glint of triumph in his eye for a second. And, you know, it's almost like, you know, it was that Dumbledore believed that this, or worried that this could happen, feared that it could happen, and the part of him that reveres, you know, great magic was fascinated by that. I find that, you know, he's a very complex character, and I remember you read that and you go, what is that? I don't fully trust him now. I think maybe not so much foreshadowing, but the depth of characters, the depth of their backstories, that was always just the most incredible thing to realize later on in the series. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I just ask everybody to stick to one question, please? Because we only have 10 more minutes with Evanna. Next question.
Hello. First of all, I'm glad to see you in person. Probably I will be the only one in this room to ask you for another movie, actually. I don't know if you remember on your life you made a movie called GBF. Do you remember?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Mean Girls, so that movie was kind of a parody of this movie. And actually, my question was, did you enjoy to play the bad girl? Can you make a quick comparison between play the good girl and the bad girl?
Oh, yes. Okay, so GBF is a movie, Gay Best Friend, and I was playing the mean conservative Christian bully who tried to get gay prom cancelled. And I think that was the joke. You know, Darren Stein, the director, was like, woohoo, wouldn't it be so funny if the sweetest, nicest character in Harry Potter was playing a mean girl. Mean girl, yeah. I didn't understand, at that point, I was maybe a few months in America, I didn't quite understand all the cultural references. Now I watch it back and I'm like, oh my God, that is so funny, and I had no idea, you know? And I think, in a way, I thought I was playing a stereotype, and now I'm like, oh no, there are real people like this. I didn't really understand the political divide between the far left and the far right, and yes, in context, with maturity and wisdom, I appreciate a lot of the jokes much more. But I was also very innocent-minded, and there were a lot of innuendos, inappropriate jokes. I just didn't understand. So I consider that maybe a bit of an education in, American teen culture. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love that you liked that one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will stay in Bulgaria.
Well,
you. Next question, please.
Hello, I'm Arya. I want to ask you, the main characters, what were the actors like backstage?
Which actors? All of them?
Like, some of them. Your favorites, maybe.
Well, I would say I noticed a difference between the young actors who were taking their jobs very seriously and trying to be so good, and then the grown-ups were so silly, you know? They were, I'm thinking of Mark Williams, Jason Isaacs, Helena Bonham Carter. They were very playful and silly and explorative with their performance, which I realized in later years, that's the job as an actor, that everyone around you is under pressure and they're taking it very seriously, and you have to relax enough to let go and explore and be silly. But yeah, that always blew my mind. I was kind of like, don't they realize we're on Harry Potter and we should take this very seriously? But it comes up much better on the screen when you have fun. And yeah, that's the job, as I say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello.
I will try to be fast. So my question.
Closer to the microphone, please.
So my question is about the spell expecto patronum. I know it's your favorite. So I wanted to ask, if you don't associate yourself with Luna, what would be the memory you would use to cast the spell, and what animal would your patronus be?
Did you
I'm
catch
afraid
all
I
of it?
didn't
No.
hear that. Did you?
Can we try this again? The entire thing? Closer to the microphone and louder.
Yes. So I wanted to ask about expecto patronum. What your memory would be to cast the spell, and what animal would your patronus be if you don't associate yourself with Luna?
Oh, very personal question. My happy memory. I mean, it changes, of course. A good one as an actor is always when you get a job. That's like the happiest you'll ever be when you get that phone call. So probably the last one I had. Oh, I'm doing this new. I'm voicing a character for an animated series, and that's been a lot of fun. So when I got that job, that's probably a recent memory. Probably the memory of getting the Harry Potter job is still there. And then what was the other one? My Patronus. I don't know. It's one of those things, I don't know if I'm able to decide it, if I have the perspective. I would like it to be a cat, because cats, I would like it to be my cat. I've got a Persian cat called Puff, and whenever I see her, she just makes me feel happy and joy. But when I did the quiz, it was a salmon. So it probably would be something really underwhelming, like, yeah, a fish. But yeah, I hope it's a cat.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Hi. So I was like to ask a question. What was your favorite part of playing the role of Luna?
I think it was just getting to put my creative imprint on the films, you know? Because as a fan, you have opinions, you want it done a certain way, and I got to be part of the creation of her. And, you know, even though someone else will play it, and who knows, in 100 years' time, another person, it was nice to have been part of the original ones, and to get to not be feeling like you had to live up to something or do something different from the original. Yeah, that was very special. And also, I suppose, to be friends with the cast, because it's the feeling that I'm sure lots of people have. They watch it and they go, I want to be part of that group. I bet we'd get on. I bet we'd be best friends. And I got to be part of the group. I was very much welcomed. I wouldn't say we're like best friends, but I would say we went through something that only us really know. And so there is the feeling of camaraderie and family when I see them. And that is very special. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next question.
Hi, I'm Nina and I'm half Irish. And
We really can't hear you, Nina. Closer to the microphone.
hi, I'm Nina and I'm half Irish. I'd like to ask, who were you closest in the cast? Who isn't from the actors?
Who was I closest with?
Yeah.
From the cast?
Yeah. We had this question earlier. It was probably, Katie Leung, who played Cho, and Scarlett Byrne, who played Pansy.
But I mean, like, not the actors.
Not the actors?
Yeah, not the actors, you know, from the cast.
In the crew, you mean?
Yeah, crew.
Oh, yes. One of my closest friends was a scenic painter. So a lot of the times the backgrounds were the mountains, forests. They weren't real. They were painted by hand, and he would spend months painting brick walls or mountains or things like that. Incredibly talented person, and yeah, he's one of my closest friends. His name's Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sophie, and I have only one question. What was your favorite scene in Harry Potter that you filmed, and why?
Favorite scene I've filmed? I don't know. I love doing Slughorn's party because I got to dress up nice, and I just felt for the character, for Luna, it was a very special moment personally because she got invited, you know? She got accepted and chosen, and she was the girl who nobody would ask to the Yule Ball or prom or whatever. She understood that. But that was like just a very special moment to feel invited, and you know, it was fun. There was a vampire or a guy playing a vampire, and I didn't have too much pressure. I always liked the scenes where I got to be part of the group. That was definitely easier to do. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have time for just one more question. I am so sorry. This is the last question.
Hi, nice to meet you. My question is, who from the cast was easiest to work with? Who was the hardest to work with? And who was the actor that taught you the most and shaped you in the future?
Easiest to work with. I mean, probably the one I said earlier, Cinephilius Lovegood, because it felt very effortless and he felt like I understood him. And I think he was in a way mirroring my accent and performance, so that was just lovely to have someone kind of blending with the energy that was there. Hardest to work with? Probably the animals. Like, I don't think animals are meant to be in films, but none of the actors were difficult to work with. That's why they were there, because they were such professionals. And then, what was the last question?
Who you learned from the most?
Who I what?
Who taught you the most?
Who taught me the most? Probably, I would say watching Helena Bonham Carter work. I didn't do any scenes with her, but she, as I say, she was very playful, very physical actress, and it seemed to be different every time. And usually, my brain, when I'm trying to do a good job, I try and do it perfect, and that doesn't work in acting. If you try and do something perfect, you'll be wooden. You won't be giving anything new, and really the best actors are trying to find something new. They're trying to surprise themselves. They have this childlike curiosity. And, you know, sitting back behind the scenes and watching her work, I started to really realize that. So, yeah, it was always great to watch her.
So you're just like, what would Helena do? And you go with that?
Well, yes and no, because that's almost a bit too prescriptive. If you were to try and be like her, again, that's trying too much to be perfect. So it's more about the energy. It's like when I'm really, really trying hard to do a good job and it's gone a bit wooden and I don't have any life happening, I don't know, let go and kind of tell myself, oh, do a silly one, do a big one, go crazy, and that generally loosens something up. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
to
all of you. Let's give a round of applause to Evanna Lynch.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.